Hey there, my name is Gavin, and if there's two things I like, it's piano and Nintendo music. And recently, they have not been missing. Mario Kart World soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks from a Nintendo game that I have heard in years. The amount of references and remixes throughout the entire soundtrack, it's unbelievable. I have an entire video on it. You should go check it out. It's up there. And it is such a good soundtrack. The theory behind it, the instrumentation, the rhythm, everything put together, it's fantastic. And over my listening period through the entire soundtrack, one of the games I kept on coming across over and over again was Super Mario Galaxy. And I've already made an entire video on one of the songs from Super Mario Galaxy, Good Egg Galaxy, because I think it is one of the best songs ever written by Nintendo. I think it's fantastic. I think it captures so well the entire vibe of the game. But along that journey, I started listening to the Super Mario Galaxy 2 soundtrack over again, and there was one song in particular that really caught my ear more than anything else, and that song is Cosmic Cove Galaxy. Okay, before we go any further in the song, what I want us to do is go head on over to the piano back there. Let's check out the kind of scales that are going on here. Let's check out some of the theory behind it, and then we'll keep on listening onwards. This initial opening section on harp is immaculate. The instrumentation chosen here is brilliant. It really eases us into the song with having this kind of, not eerie, I would say, but very unique melody. I think that's a good word to put it. It is absolutely amazing. Let's check out what's going on here. Anytime I'm trying to analyze a video game soundtrack in one of my videos, I'm always going to be going to this website called VGLeadsheets.com. I'm not sponsored by these guys, but this website is absolutely unbelievable. It is so good. It is an amazing website. Anyway, let's go on to our theory throughout this. We are playing, to start out, an A13 chord. What is an A13 chord, you might be asking? Well, first we got to look at the major chord. That's A major right there. It's a beauty of a chord. And what we're doing with our 13 chord is we're adding the 7th, the 9th, the 11th, and the 13th. Now, if you're wondering how to find these notes and how to find these extensions, you just got to look at the scale of A major, okay? So our scale is this, right? So we are playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 13 right here. And our melody will be outlining this chord, and it explains why it sounds so odd to us. The 13 chord has a lot of potential energy in it. I would like to think of it as like a spring that's all loaded and it wants to be released. But you can't release it just yet. We're not resolving just yet. We are just exploring what this spring has to offer us right here. You know, a good resolution for this, a good technique whenever you're playing a 13 chord, could be something like this right here. Right? All we're doing is lowering part of our 13 chord to these two notes right here. Yeah. And a lot of dissonance. We got that going on, and it resolves super nicely to 5th down. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're getting distracted here. Let's look at our melody that we've been talking about right here. This harp melody, it is so eerie sounding. It's so open, and it leaves us with a big feeling of where is this going? And again, that's a nature of the chord that we are going to be outlining with this melody. So let's take a look at this melody that we are playing right here. That alone right there is just is striking. And it plays this octave extension of a F sharp minor chord up here, it's sounding like. It is so open. It's a weird little add-on to this entire chord because we have it's kind of confusing on what the vibe of the chord should be because we have this A major in our left hand, which is like naturally happy, I would say. But then we're also playing this minor chord right next to it. So as an extension, it kind of blends together and it gives us this really, again, open-ended vibe. And this entire melody line is just, again, it's so unique. It is so... And again, we're just outlining a A13 chord right here. You know, this chord right here. Changing up some of the notes a little bit, but that's why inherently it sounds really odd to us, I would say, you know, but... I wouldn't necessarily say it's a bad thing by any means. It gives us a very specific vibe, and I think it's important to take that context. Just because it doesn't sound necessarily quote-unquote good doesn't mean it's bad, and if there's a vibe you're trying to accomplish, I mean, they are doing fantastic with this. You can hear it for yourself. It's incredible. Anyway, that's all I got for this section. Let's head back on over there. Beautiful. What a breakdown. Let's continue to listen to the next part of the song, because this is where it starts to get really interesting chord-wise. I'm a big fan of chord progression, so let's check this out right here. Oh my goodness. I have an entire video on just that chord alone. I'm getting distracted. Let's keep listening for a second. Goodness. Okay. Before we go to that next section, let's break down again what's happening on piano over here, because that is just disgusting. That is diabolical. We have that minor 4 chord, and then they just don't even repeat it. They just go to the next key. Like, it doesn't even matter. They're just swapping. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. I'm losing it. Let's go back over to the piano right now. Sweet gang. We are looking further into the song, and first, let's listen to our little piano melody we got going on here, right? I'm going to zoom out just a tiny bit here. Holy crap. Okay, there's so much to unpack right there. I have an entire video on these minor 4th chords that we're about to be talking about. And what these minor 4th chords are is, if you're looking at the scale, so again, we're in A, right? If you look at the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, usually it's major, right? Because we have, and these 3 notes, there we go. So it's usually a major chord, and you might hear a progression like this. Right? Something simple like that. Now, this song and a lot of other very cinematic sounding songs likes to take that on its head, and instead of doing a major chord, they do a minor chord right here, which resolves back to the 1. So in this song in particular, what they're doing is, again, they're maintaining this harp melody the whole time. They got this, and they're on top of that, they're playing this piano track. And for that chord, it looks like it is a D minor 6 over A. Which, I mean, oh my gosh, it's money. Like, you can't tell me that isn't the most money chord you've ever heard in your life. It's just, holy crap. Okay. So, we are playing this entire line right here. We have this. Let's just look at the chords for now. I'm getting ahead of myself. And it's like resolving back to itself while still having this kind of eerie vibe to it. Absolutely unbelievable. We have this harp line going out throughout it, and it's very soft. They have a little bit of nuance with this piano line. And it adds so much weight to the piece by being not too complicated, but just complicated enough where it's like, wait a minute, what is going on here? We have this like, oh my goodness, it's so oomphy right here. And as that continues onwards, we go to a different key, which is very common in a lot of these Super Mario Galaxy and Nintendo soundtracks in a whole. They like to change keys a lot. And one of the great ways they do this in this song is, we're expecting... And then a resolution back down to here. So they redo that melody again, right? Right, and you have this A chord over here. And then it goes to this instead. Which, holy crap. So that chord right there, that is a B flat major 7 chord right here. And that chord in itself is again, super rich. It's a super full sounding chord. And I mean, it's completely out of the key of A major. I mean, A major, it doesn't even have a B flat in it. But they're just like, you know what? I don't care about any of that. Boom. Look at that chord. And it's like, wow, we just entered like a new world. It opened up so big, and it's like, what the heck? What is going on here? And as this continues to progress, our melody line changes a little bit. We are going to this, right? We have that kind of line right there. And it's very important to note that we are switching from C sharp and F sharp to C natural and F natural to indicate a key change. And as that's going up, and it goes right to the C right here, and it does this. What is going on? What is that? That's money right there. We do another key change, and that's why it explodes so much in this kind of, I wouldn't say grimy way, but it is so striking to our ears, and it sounds so rich. So if we're playing all of these chords in succession, right, what we're doing is we have our opening section, okay? So our opening section sounds something like this. Something like that, right? And then we go to this. Right? And then as we're working to our key change again, C natural, D, F, G, and then we're going to this chord right here again, which is just like, I mean, what in the world are we doing over here? And it's just like, oh my goodness. Awesome, guys. Holy crap. It is amazing. Let's keep listening through this song. It just keeps getting better and better. Dude, it's just so gross. Oh my goodness. Holy crap. Oh, it's so like, it is so eerie, and it's like not eerie in a scary way, but it's eerie in the sense that like it's very uncertain. And I wouldn't even use dissonance. I don't think it is dissonant in a sense. I think it has a lot of odd harmonies to it. It's unnatural. There's a lot of consonant harmonies we usually think of on piano that have a certain vibe to us that we are naturally accustomed to. And this song is just throwing that on its head. It's just like, nope, that doesn't even exist anymore. We're just gonna do whatever we want to do, and that's how it's gonna be. Holy crap! Let's just keep listening to it, cause like holy cow. Oh, gross, dude. Oh, the 9 chord is just like... And then it just repeats right over again. I mean, oh my goodness. I don't understand sometimes how people come up with this kind of stuff, because it's just like, it is so inspirational, and we can break down the theory all we want, but someone already wrote it. Like, oh my goodness, that's insane. Let's go back over to the piano one more time, check out this last entire section that we just played through, and really just give it a good breakdown, and like, oh my goodness. And they continue that melody line, except in the key of A flat now, it's looking like. Which, what does that go down to? Something like that. It's just like, oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, dude, that dissonance right there. You got that entire minor second going on right there. It goes back to A here in this like very open sense. Oh my goodness. And then it goes to, what is that? A sharp minor 7. We got this guy going on here. Right, big chord there, and then it resolves down to this. Oh my goodness, I'm freaking out here. It is an unbelievable soundtrack, and the chords just continue to expand in these very unique and interesting ways, and I don't know how we're getting to this point, and I don't understand completely how you come up with these kind of chords, but even if it doesn't necessarily make sense music theory-wise, we can tell the vibe of the song is so intricate throughout that entire section. There's a very clear, like, feel of where we're going up to, right? Even if it's not the most conventional chords we've heard before, things like that, at some point it doesn't matter, because it's just so open, right? And then we're going to, like, something like this, even. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's kind of the theory behind it we got going on here. A lot of key changes, a lot of chord switches. what I'd really like you guys to take away from this more than anything is really focus. If you're trying to play something like this or write something like this, focus on your major 7th chords. You can kind of extend these chords all over the place, which is really interesting. A lot of resolutions can take place in ways that we wouldn't expect. Like, I'm playing in one key, right? We have our, minor 4. And now our ears are expecting us to go back to that and just switching that on its head. It's a very, very intricate way of just trying something new right there. And especially when we're working up towards key changes, be delicate about the way that you are switching keys. And it just all goes back down to here, baby. Boom. Holy crap. Anyway, let's head back to the computer gang. Holy crap. It's just, the song is so cool to me, and it is so inspirational, and the context of the song is really what matters. When we're making any kind of music, context is so important, and this song is no exception to that. The ability to create context through the music before we're even visualizing what we're playing as. I don't know how many of you guys have actually played this level in Super Mario Galaxy 2, but if you haven't already, you can already get a sense of what the level's going to be like based off of just the soundtrack. And in my mind, that is a sign of a beautiful soundtrack. That's how you know it's going to be a hit, because it is able to describe effectively the visual aspect of it through auditory cues. And I mean, that is just the goal of any scorer ever. So that's my breakdown of this piece. Thank you guys so much for watching. The support's been awesome. You guys are all fantastic. And let me know if there's any other songs you want me to cover, because I'm always listening to new music, Slowly but surely trying to listen to every song ever actually now, man. It's a lot of Nintendo songs. I'm a little bit of a fanboy, I think. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Y'all are fantastic, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.